smoke is quieting down. Seems like we've got to a lot of the smoke. Dub, you got smoke?
Mark, man. Gotta let him lead more.
Yeah, I wouldn't lead. Flip was A-Mike.
Flip was A-Mike that day.
No, but you were the management.
Oh yeah, behind the scenes, I was just keeping everybody on time.
I enjoyed y'all.
We had fun.
We had a great time.
Oh,
Efficient. Very efficient.
Very efficient.
Very
day.
efficient.
I was like, niggas, no breaks, no lunch.
Oh, shit, y'all got out of here, boy.
You had the hot chocolate first?
Monday.
The hot chocolate threw you off? That shit did fuck me
Monday I
up.
woke up, you know what I mean, waiting for 8 a.m. Antsy waiting for the Patreon. I had to open it up, 2 hours. Like on the nose.
We went 15 minutes
He's
over.
with the flow, man. He's with the rhythm.
Holy shit.
We went 15 minutes over.
Damn, Ice.
Oh my God, yo.
Patronies, I hope you enjoyed today's episode.
I don't give a fuck what he do. I'll talk to you about it later. Yeah, thank you.
Well, we managed to do a good job. No, I'm trying to wrap us up.
We did a good
We've
job.
done a good
today,
job.
Yo, we did a good job.
We're getting
right?
out at a decent hour. Don't y'all feel good about going out?
Yo, this might be the squad right here.
Listen,
I think
this is squad. This is squad.
I think this is the squad.
What's going on, y'all? We are back with the files. All right. Now, so Joe Budden just got back from vacation. And let's just say he didn't come back to peace. Now, while Joe was away, something strange started brewing on the Joe Budden podcast. And now that he's back, he's seeing everything with fresh eyes. He's not feeling it. We could tell I could tell he's not feeling it, right? Let's unpack this. Joe left the show in what seemed like capable hands, right? But the moment he touched back down, it was clear the energy was different, okay? The flow was off, and something about the team didn't sit right with him. From what we saw, the cast seemed a little too comfortable while the boss was gone, right? Now, here's the twist. Flip was given the A-mic. That's what they told him, or so it seemed, right? On the surface, it looked like Flip was leading the podcast, cracking the jokes, guiding the show. Like, people online was like, oh, Flip was A-mic, I like it. They thought Flip was A-mic. But behind the scenes, right, it was really Mark Lamont Hill who was actually pulling the strings. Right? Mark is not just a co-host anymore. He's new management at the JBP, okay? And during Joe's absence, it was Mark who managed the flow of the podcast. Mark knew the cast schedules. He kept the time. He controlled the pacing and even steered the topic list. That's not small stuff. That's producing. And that's the kind of influence that shifts power dynamics on a podcast. And guess what? Everyone respected it, right? Even if they didn't like it, they respected it. Flip and Imani gave some pushback like here and there, right? Sure, they did what they had to do. Of course, they stick up for Joe, but not in a way that stopped Mark from actually doing what he was doing. In fact, on a recent Patreon episode, right? You guys should subscribe if you didn't already. Subscribe to Joe Budden's Patreon. Subscribe to mine's too, right? Flip made a joke that Imani, right, was trembling when Mark checked him about, some tension he felt, okay? Now, Flip laughed, and so did everybody else. We all saw it, but that was a very telling moment. It showed us how Mark is viewed internally now. He's not just another voice. He's the authority in the room, right? He's the authority when Joe's gone, right? It's clear. And then there's Ice. Ice was the first one, which was nasty, to throw some shade to throw the shade Joe's way. He straight up said it was fun and efficient when Joe wasn't around. Efficient? Come on, let's break that down. The episode ran just 2 hours and 3 minutes, right? Now, for the JBP, that's usually unheard of. Joe usually lets the show run, letting the combos marinate, letting the magic happen, feel me? But these guys, they were rushing to leave like they had clocked out of a factory shift or something like that. It's wild because they only record 2 days a week. Yet somehow, it's like they treat it like they being overworked. Joe has every right to be a little tight about that. Like, yo, at least pretend to grind when I'm not there. Give the fans something extra, like give them some extra content, right? Stretch the episode, talk a little longer, be creative, something. Come on, homies, like, come on. But no, the energy was just bare minimum, right? That's when it became clear. if Mark wasn't there to structure it all, things could have completely unraveled. So now the question is to me, like, does Joe really, like, it's not even a question. Joe needs Mark more than he thought. That's a fact. Because think about it. If Mark hadn't been present, Joe would have came back to a full-on disaster. Full-on disaster. Right? Like, he left before, came back, he ain't like none of they takes. Right? He was light this time when he came back. He really was mad about the timing. Right now, Ice vouched for Mark. But if Mark disappeared today, what would Ice produce on his own? Right? Right? I would love to see some episodes without Joe, Ish, and Mark. Like a whole episode without Joe, Ish, and Mark. And I want to see how they do. Let's see who's really valuable when it comes to the content and conversation. Right? Because we had some instances like that before and the pod was dry. Right? Because those clips, right? Those clips showed us one thing. The cast couldn't wait to leave. They couldn't. Like, they was fiending to get up out of there. They were actively trying to rush out of the studio. Even when Parks came in, Flip joked that Parks brought his wife. And she sat by the door like a timer, basically waiting to wrap it up. Like, you know what I'm saying? That wasn't a casual joke. That was a signal. Check it out.
My man got his fresh shape up. He got
you doing something this week.
He got his lady.
He doing something today.
No, they out.
Yeah. We getting out here on
He got
time.
his lady in the building.
That's a fact. They are out of here.
You use half a bottle of gel today.
Because you like, hey, yo, listen. Usually Rim sit over here, but he said, sit right by the door. Sit right by the door.
Everybody know we out of this room.
Yeah.
Don't even get comfy at the table.
Elmira's fine.
Right? You see? It was all planned. They were already plotting the dip before the episode even started. That's not love for the game. That's not love for the pod. Mark, on the other hand, he was feeding to get up out of there too. He told Ish, like, don't y'all feel good about wrapping up early? He was moving all the pieces like the chess master, right? Meanwhile, Flip, who thought he was leading, was really just being allowed to feel important. But Mark was really the captain. And Ice, he couldn't help himself. He kept repeating, this is the new squad. This is the new squad. That's a clear jab at Joe. That's Joe's line. Right? And Ice said it with a smirk, leaving Joe out. Was it a joke? Sure. But we all know jokes hold some truth. Right? Now, in Ice's defense, he's usually one of the first ones there in the building. He's consistent. Right? But here's the reality. They get paid from a $1.5 million pot to work 2 days a week. And they get to promote themselves freely in the process. You'd think, they put in some extra effort when Joe's out. But nah, they were treating it like a substitute teacher pulled out. Right? Let's ask the real question. If Joe wasn't on vacation, would Park still be rushing out to Vermont? Would the vibe still be the same? Would they still be trying to dip out at the 2-hour mark? Right? Joe isn't wrong for raising an eyebrow. He's the one who's building this house brick by brick. And the crew is acting like tenants trying to sneak out early. So now Joe's back, and you could bet he's drafting a plan. I know he is, right? Because if this is how they move when he's gone, something's going to have to change. Right? Something is definitely gonna have to change. They doing a lot over there. They doing a lot. And let me ask you guys a question. What happens if Joe decides to really take a step back? Right? Like, are these dudes low-key trying to sabotage the pod? Like, what's going on, y'all? I really don't know. Like, I be getting mixed messages, mixed signals. You feel me? I be, it's a lot of funny movements now that Mark is there. A lot of funny movements. Come on, Ice. Why you kept repeating that? This the new squad. It's mad shady, homie. It's your man. He put you on. Come on. Foul. That's not love for the pod. It's not love, homie. All right, listen, y'all. We're going to be back with the files. I just had to do this quick video real quick. Let you guys know what's going on because it's crazy out here. Subscribe to my Patreon. I'm definitely going to be going in on this topic a little bit more this week. So if you guys want to see the exclusive content, you know, I can't really give it all to YouTube like that. You can't really get the raw unfiltered like that. So subscribe to the Patreon. You know I got you. It's lit over there. You know what I'm saying? And we'll be back with the files.
My guy Dub too. That's my man though.
Gang.
That's my man, Big Dub.